Hello and welcome to First Chapter Friday. My name is Eva. I'm one of the librarians here at the Alameda Free Library, and today I have for you what at this point could easily be considered a classic. It is Love That Dog by Sharon Creech, and it's a novel, but it's a novel that's written in poetry. It's one of my favorite books to give to kids that either don't like reading very much at all or are absolutely hands down anti-poetry, because it's very short. The poems themselves are very short, and they read like something that a kid would actually write. It's the conceit of the book is that this kid who is writing the poems, it's actually a journal for his teacher of reactions to a class that he's taking. Kind of the same way, if you haven't already, you're going to have to keep a journal that you then have to turn into your teacher. It's that sort of thing. In the little section that I'm going to be reading to you, there are poems, or they talk about poems by Robert Frost or William Carlos Williams, who are two very famous poets. They talk about concrete poetry, which is the kind of poetry that the way you place the words on the page, it ends up looking like whatever it is that you're talking about. In this particular case, they lay the words out on page so that the poem itself actually looks like a horse. And he talks about the stanzas, whether or not the lines are long or short. So let's get this party started with Love That Dog by Sharon Creech. There is the title page for you. And it starts, Jack, room 105, Miss Stretchberry. September 13th. I don't want to because boys don't write poetry. Girls do. September 21st. I tried. Can't do it. Brains empty. September 27th. I don't understand the poem about the red wheelbarrow and the white chickens and why so much depends upon them. If that is a poem about the red wheelbarrow and the white chickens, then any words can be a poem. You've just got to make short lines. October 4th. Do you promise not to read it out loud? Do you promise not to put it on the board? Okay, here it is, but I don't like it. So much depends upon a blue car splattered with mud speeding down the road. October 10th. What do you mean, why does so much depend upon a blue car? You didn't say before that I had to tell you why. The wheelbarrow guy didn't tell why. October 17th. What was up with the Snowy Woods poem you read today? Why doesn't the person just keep going if he's got so many miles to go before he sleeps? And why do I have to tell more about the blue car splattered with mud speeding down the road? I don't want to write about that blue car that had miles to go before it slept, so many miles to go in such a hurry. October 24th. I am sorry to say I did not really understand the Tiger, Tiger, Burning Bright poem, but at least it sounded good in my ears. Here is the blue car with tiger sounds. Blue car, shining bright in the darkness of the night. Who could see you speeding by like a comet in the sky? I could see you in the night, blue car, shining bright. I could see you speeding by like a comet in the sky. Some of the tiger sounds are still in my ears, like drums beating. October 31st. Yes, you can put the two blue car poems on the board, but only if you don't put my name on them. November 6th. They look nice typed up like that on blue paper on a yellow board, but still don't tell anyone who wrote them, okay? And what does anonymous mean? Is it good? November 9th. I don't have any pets, so I can't write about one, and especially I can't write a poem about one. November 15th. Yes, I used to have a pet. I don't want to write about it. You're going to ask me why not, right? November 22nd. Pretend I still have that pet? Can't I make up a pet, a different one, like a tiger or a hamster, a goldfish, turtle, snail, worm, Flea? November 29th. I liked those small poems we read today. When they're small like that, you can read a whole bunch in a short time. And then in your head are all the pictures of all the small things from all the small poems. I liked how the kitten leaped in the cat poem and how you could see the long head of the horse in the horse poem. And I especially liked the dog in the dog poem because that's just how my yellow dog used to lie down, with his tongue all limp and his chin between his paws, and how he'd sometimes chomp at a fly and then sleep in his loose skin, just like that poet Miss Valerie Worth says in her small dog poem. Here, let me show you the page so you can see what we're talking about when I say small. See how it's small, small, small. December 4th. Why do you want to type up what I wrote about reading the small poems? It's not a poem, is it? I guess you can put it on the board if you want to, but don't put my name on it in case other people think it's not a poem. December 13th. I guess it does look like a poem when you see it typed up like that, but I think maybe it would look better if there was more space between the lines, like how I wrote it the first time. And I liked the picture of the yellow dog you put beside it, but that's not how my yellow dog looked. January 10th. I really, really, really did not get the pasture poem you read today. I mean, somebody's going out to the pasture to clean the spring and to get the little tottery calf while he's out there, and he isn't going to be gone long, and he wants you, who is you, to come too. I mean, really? And you said that Mr. Frost, who wrote about the pasture, who also was the one who wrote about the snowy woods and the miles to go before he sleeps, well, I think Mr. Frost has a little too much time on his hands. And that gets you up to page 21 of Love That Dog by Sharon Creech. As you can see, there isn't a whole lot more to go, but it gets better and better and better as it goes along. I hope you check this out. We have a couple of copies that are physical here in the library. We also have a Playway, and you can get it on Hoopla on audio and also on ebook. I hope you'll check it out. Love That Dog by Sharon Creech. I'm Eva, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.